friends, I'm Prairie Vintage, and I'd like to share with you guys the Mythos OH deck. And you guys might have seen me use the OH, this deck right here, which is quite different. I'll put the link to the website below, and I got two other decks here, which I'll put in a separate video if you guys are interested. And I'll remember to link that to this video so that you guys know where to find it. So let's take a look at this Mythos, shall we? Now, these are like psychological cards, not necessarily oracle cards, but we can certainly use them in readings to channel. So that's what I intend on using these for. So let's take a look, shall we? Mythos. Oh, okay, interesting. Not sure how to. All right, wow. So super tiny. No booklet, no nothing. That's okay, because I'm using these to intuit the energy, and there's no wrong or right answer with any of these. So let's take a look at the cards, shall we? Now, I don't know how many come. I think the website does say how many are in this pack, but I'm not sure. So let's take a look here at these pictures now. I want to make sure I'm not out of frame. Oh my gosh. Where can I hold them? I'm going to hold them right here, okay? Because there's a lot of reflection coming in. It's the pack side. It says Mythos. Interesting. Oh my goodness. Can you guys still see? Yeah, okay. Wow. Fascinating. Interesting. What is this? Buildings? Let me see. I don't know what that is. Buildings by a rock formation. You guys hear my dog? She's playing around there. Cool. Interesting. Wow. Interesting. Hmm. This one looks fairly abstract. Oh, that's cute. Wow. I don't know what flag this is of. Is this an actual real country flag? I don't know. Three bears. Look at that eyeball on the window. Wow. So fascinating. I love these. Very different. They evoke a lot of different energy. So as usual, we're going to do just a mini reading here, and I'll channel whatever comes through and see what Spirit wants to deliver as a message to you. Okay, if the message doesn't resonate, don't take it, of course. Spirit's clear and concise message here for the viewer. What are they needing to hear right here, right now? What can I communicate and channel to the viewer at this time? Thank you so much. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel its message for the greatest and highest good. All right, I won't be reading any of these in reverse at all. I don't think there was any sort of particular order that these came in. So let's see. Okay. So we have two people. Almost looks like runes. So, and we have the purple pouch. Oops, again with the lights. Sorry, I know it's difficult to see. So, a fortune teller. It's almost like what I'm doing here. So someone is fortune telling, some sort of spiritual guru or some form of teacher pulling through. And we have the guy with a key. He's handing it to this lady. You know, these keys look like they're on a like old-fashioned key ring, almost like they would open up a prison door of sorts. And what is she doing? She's touching his beard, or is she grabbing the key? I don't know what she's doing there. It's a blues. He has a feather in his cap. And we have this person who's laying in the desert with their banjo beside them. And it looks like there's a lion approaching them. And we see what looks like a witch flying on a broomstick here up in the sky. Okay, and then we have this little goat that looks like it's in some sort of clearing in a forest. The goat is pure white. Okay, and we have this sign on a pathway, and it looks like a stick in the road without any indication of where to go. But it's right in the middle of the road. I don't see any crossroads, so it's like, where else could we go? There's only one sort of way. Okay. And then we have these two. So we have like the city skyline at a distance from some across the lake. And this scarab beetle is very spiritual. So I'm getting the same energy I was getting from this card over here. With these like little squiggly scrolls at the bottom. Okay. And look at this pathway down here. It kind of looks very similar to this pathway here. I might be telling a story. Okay, so let me sit with this energy, although I am getting some signs. I'm getting Pisces, I'm getting Aries, I'm getting Leo, and I'm getting Capricorn. Okay, so you could certainly resonate with any of those signs. So, beautiful angels, I feel like you guys are on a path. And I feel like you might have a lot of doubt about your own ability to make decisions and to choose. And I feel at times you've felt stuck. I feel you're most likely very tired. I feel like this journey of yours has required you to be very courageous. I feel it is highly spiritual in nature. I feel like there's been a lot of guidance either through tarot readers or through the divine, through signs, symbols, synchronicities, dreams. I feel at times you might feel like giving up here. And at times you've been really trying to persist. And some spots within this journey have been rewarding, but they've been brief, far and few between. And I feel like there seems to always be some form of obstacle, maybe showing up or getting in the way. Something does feel a little barren, and it's like you want to start to put something behind you so you can enter a world of change and luck and belonging and community. So the message coming through here from the divine is acknowledging that you're on the right path and that there really is one sort of journey. You're not deviating. You're not doing anything that you're not supposed to be doing. Everything that you've been experiencing here is a part of your experience, and that you will get to a clearing, and that there is a point that maybe I feel for a lot of you guys still haven't yet crossed, which is overcoming some form of dealing with some deep emotions we're dealing with in the subconscious, which might still be ahead. Okay. Now, if you feel you've done a lot of subconscious work and emotions, like overcoming a lot of that stuff, then you're most likely in the clearing here, heading towards the finish line. I mean, there's never really a finish line, but it's towards closing a big chapter here. And Spirit's being very vague in regards to what this is for a reason. And so you might be frustrated because it's like, what is this all for? Or give me more about this in which I'm headed. Because it seems to me like you know that it's specific to you. You know that it's important. You know that you're being called to go here, but you're being fed barely any information as to why or what or how or, you know. And I feel this has been very exhausting. And I feel like you've had to find yourself along the way and shed a lot of parts of yourself. And I feel like, again, like dreams, you might have been really seeing and understanding lots of information from the divine and really connected, and maybe feeling disconnected and ungrounded at times, and other times feeling very, very stuck, almost imprisoned, you know. But at other times it's like movement, but the movement is tiring and it feels very like not fulfilled and kind of dry and kind of barren, you know. But I do feel there have been pockets of pockets where you could sort of recharge, you know. So Spirit wants you to be persistent. Spirit wants you to know that there might be a pocket ahead of a deep dive, okay, where we're really, really sort of understanding our emotions, but we're going to come through the other side. And the other side, we're coming through with a higher connection to our spirituality, more grounded, and that this whole journey of exploration and, you know, exploring the ethers and connecting to the divine, we're now bringing it and manifesting this into this 3D world. And you're highly protected here by divine lights and any sort of ancestral, I wanted to say curses almost, but things you are needing to overcome, because I feel like there might have been a few cycles we've had to go through and break through to become free. And Spirit is saying that you will break free from these cycles and that you are, again, highly protected throughout this journey. So not to doubt, but the thing that protects you is your authenticity. It is your ability to remain honest with your truth of who you are and what you're about, you know, and really disconnect yourself from any fears or egoic stories or traumas or repetitive patterns that might have kept you very stuck. And so this getting through the other side, I feel like, is rejuvenating. It is very luscious. It isn't what you've been experiencing, which I feel, again, has been very draining and not fulfilling, pretty barren. So it's really a message of encouragement I'm seeing here, beautiful angels. Some of you guys might be highly psychic, or at least coming into your psychic abilities here. I feel it does connect with the dreams, divine, maybe fortune telling, tarot card reading. I mean, you're here, potentially you might do some of that. Okay, so beautiful angels, this is your reading. I love this, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye. Welcome to the disclaimer. Don't get fooled by people scamming you in the comments section. If you're interested in a private reading, all my contact information is in the description box, and there you will find my website, and that is only through my website can you book private readings at this time. And for those of you guys new to the tarot, tarot does not predict your future. Tarot is not set in stone. Tarot is reflecting back to you a state of consciousness that is something you can either resonate with or not. And so it's very important that you are in tune with your intuition so that you know whether the pile you're picking, the information coming through, is reflecting back to you your own intuition, state of consciousness, your subconscious. And this will be the best way for you to know that the message is indeed meant for you. So if your intuition is not clear or it's cloudy, then you might be tapping into the wrong pile, or information might be coming through that is not dictating whatever your circumstance situation is. So it is important that you work with the divine to develop your intuition. Best way is to sit through the card layout, which I do include with most of my readings, where you can ask the divine to come up with what you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether the pile makes sense for you. And so you can ask the divine to show you those signs, symbols, synchronicities, either throughout your dreams or throughout your day, and certainly throughout the reading, so that you can be assured that the messages you're tapping into are the right messages for you. If you are drawn to multiple piles with the pick a card readings, listen to your intuition. A lot of times energy is interconnected, and in this channel, a lot of times all my piles could be interconnected. So do not feel obligated to only select one or all or none. It is definitely up to you and your intuition. If you are in a pile and it is not resonating, there is no need to continue listening to that pile. If it doesn't resonate, sometimes it gives us perspective so that we know what is resonating for us. So even piles that do not resonate could provide some insight. Keep in mind that if you have strong energy in your presence, other people, situations, that could be quite heavy energetically or strong energetically, spiritually heavy, those might pull through the pile. So it might not be your energy that I'm picking up, but your situation, your circumstance, or people that you're dealing with. It's up to you to keep an open mind in regards to what it is that I'm connecting to, if it is resonating to your story. Do not take any messages that don't belong to you. There will be specific messages that come through for certain individuals, even though the pile might be your pile, but the specific message does not connect to you. Do not take those messages. Only take the ones that resonate for you. It should be the overall energy in that pile that is resonating to your story. It is the gist of that energy that should be overall the story or the energy of the situation, circumstance, or the person that I'm tapping into. If you are unprepared to listen to difficult messages, messages that offer healing, messages that might provide someone else's perspective that we're not quite ready to listen to. It might be a good time to come back when we're fully healed or prepared to listen to messages. My commitment to you is to read the cards with transparency and as much compassion as I can. It is difficult for me to provide you with any guidance in the comments section without knowing your specific situation. A lot of times the piles do come reversed and they might not match the exact description of the reading. And although I am posting the description of that reading, my intention is to always deliver that in which the description talks about. But sometimes Spirit comes through with the mere reflection of either something objectively pulling through, some guidance pulling through, or something completely unrelated. And that is not up to me, and I certainly don't select what comes through. But Spirit knows when you will click on whichever video in order for you to hear the messages that are being pulled through. It might just be for one person, and that one person was needing to hear it. So if you are frustrated with that, it's early to tell in a reading whether it is resonating or not, especially if we've sat through the card layout. Again, do not feel obligated to take any messages that aren't for you. You can certainly switch your own situation, circumstance, or energy based on the reading you get. So if a reading does resonate, but you want a different outcome, then utilize the reading in order for you to make conscious choices, different decisions, guide the energy in a specific way that you want it to go. This is why we utilize the tarot and the oracle cards in order for us to be conscious of the energy and make shifts. Energy shifts very fast, and it is formless, and it is not time-bound, meaning I could be tapping into present, future, or past situations. If an energy feels like it's an old energy, it's past, you might want to go check out another pile. There could be one that's talking to your current situation, or we could be looking at a future state of consciousness. These readings might not make any sense to you at the time because it is beyond your level of comprehension. You might want to come back to these readings at a later date. That's why all these readings are timeless unless otherwise stated. And so, as I mentioned, it is up to you, depending on when you click on the reading, to know whether it is useful information to help guide you. All of my readings offer a level of healing, whether it is understanding someone else's perspective, if it is understanding our own perspective, tapping into subconscious energies, or looking at objective situations from the point of view of the creator. All information helps us to put the pieces of the puzzle together so that we can make better decisions when we're involved with difficult or challenging people or circumstances. This is the reason I do the tarot. I do not do the tarot so that we can dwell in hurts and in pain. So if we're suffering, we're allowed to feel how we feel. Pain is inevitable. We all suffer from pain, but the suffering is certainly up to us. And my mission is that we release suffering. Undue suffering does not need to persist. If we choose to suffer, it is because we're making a decision to stay in the suffering. The choice is always ours to get out of suffering. And so sometimes we don't like to hear what it is that's being communicated because it might release us or relieve us from stories, from comfort zones, from pains and clutches that we've used in the past in order for us to feel safe, in order for us to remain in our comfort zone. And as I mentioned, healing isn't always easy, so it is sometimes very difficult for us to acknowledge truths because sometimes a comforting lie is what we choose to believe in. I do not feed comforting lies. I will not read information or readings here that provide you a level of comfort and water the truth down. I don't want you to leave here feeling a false sense of security, but I do want you to leave with a sense that I justified your own intuition, your own energy and suspicion, or whatever you were wanting to confirm with the divine. I also want to make mention that I am not everybody's reader. So at times my voice is annoying, even to myself. And sometimes I deliver messages that aren't quite as concise as they can be. Spirit knows which words I will use in order to channel the information that my soul tribe, the people being drawn to the reading need to hear. So those words are crafted by the design. I don't spend a whole bunch of time trying to analyze. I do know when it feels right, and I do know that sometimes it's a struggle to come up with a word that can define energy. Energy is not words. Energy can't fit into words. And so sometimes these readings could be a lot of repeating the same thing as I'm trying to find the right word. And if you've tried channeling, you'll notice that a lot of people who channel, they do repeat a lot of words until the right word comes through. Sometimes readings, unfortunately, don't make sense until the very end. And we might go down one path only to find that the answer was something else, or that the reading was something else completely. I don't intend this. Some days my channeling is very strong, and other days it is difficult for me to follow. And sometimes, if it is difficult for me to follow, it can make complete sense on your end, but the delivery on my end might sound a little chaotic or confused because I don't understand everyone's situation and circumstance. Keep in mind, these are general readings, and these readings touch a lot of people, a lot of viewers. If you don't connect with my style, if you don't connect with the readings, then I do suggest you go find another reader. There's many on YouTube. And it could just be the reading or the pile wasn't your fit. So you might want to try another reading from my playlist. And I do hope you guys stay. And I do hope to connect with you guys. I do read all your comments. I do try to reach out to you guys, all of you guys. And if I don't, rest assured, I do see your comments. And I send so much love to you guys. I appreciate you guys very much. And I'm so honored to do this journey with you guys. Bless you and God bless.